comfortable on. What else? Excited. Yeah. Oregon is out. Coastline is in as decider. Overall thoughts, James?
Plenty of time for them to rework whatever they might have after this area.
Wow. Na'Vi gonna play it. There's a C4 out window, and there goes Joe. Milon gets one, and well, Shockwave finds a second as those two don't play the first round. Instantly locked down with the third for good measure, and VP haven't even entered the...
Able to bring this back as it pops out of smoke, and there's just so much time. As Basha gets that final shot in, Says will drop dead on the ground, and it is going to be Virtus.pro to pick up a very quick first round right here. Either Piano to try and go up, or you and directly slice it. Might not work as Joe gets one. Or you go into Visa and Udra has a C4 available. There is no longer a single C4 available anymore, actually. So that denial will not be able to come as Doki drops down from the window on the yellow stairs. Somehow will be able to get it down onto Milon. The question is, will he be aware? And as he is going outside to secure the job and to finish his job, he is aware indeed. The kill will be coming in, however, the instant trade will be there. Make that a double, make that a triple. That's a quad for Shockwave right now. Only needing to find
anywhere close. Rask sticks it, plays it. Kenny has to just make one shot land, but it doesn't. It's Shockwave with the ace!
Chef's kiss, as we would say. Shockwave
steady second floor destruction leads to not success as Joe is the first to strike, tries the double but doesn't quite make it work. Milon, however, makes it himself, swings round to the back. Seems to be a familiar story, is going to try and maybe survive, stuck in spiral. There's at least one. Shockwave turns away at the worst possible time. From the already opened hatch, Milon is aware, and a C4 in pocket could be a big bit of utility, but WTG isn't going to let it happen. That's a very sad sight to see as the body hangs limply, but unfortunately on a 6-1, it seems like Na'Vi's chances of a redemption of constant.
This is a thing, right? I really like what Milon is doing right here. He's not receiving any direct pressure as we see Pasha jumping out for a great double kill, taking down both Doki and Joe before Saves is out here. So he needs to go for the plant. Takes Shockwave down to about 1 HP, but he will be taken down nonetheless. It is Basha that gets the final kill. It's Virtus.pro that are going to be able to set themselves up to a 1-0 advantage.
So much better at handling that, and you can see that with 5 attacks won.
You're winning gunfights. It's still Rainbow Six Siege, a first-person shooter, and
it's not opening up the hatches. And if you are a Hibana and you still fail to open up the hatches, then
peek that and see if you can get a little bit of a body advantage by surprise. But the pressure is from all angles and ideas, and there it goes. Milon gets one more and leaving good at just shutting out the individual men right now. There is the last one. There is a triple from Milon. And there is the first round in Virtus' favor.
Starting off very strong right here on this...
Somebody else can get behind it. It's still a big problem, and that's why they're getting aggro. Pushing in, pushing close, and pushing against Blur, who takes down Rask and makes sure the lockdown happens on the other side. Saves 2. It's now just down to WTG. He gets one with a heck of a shot through the gym equipment. Never miss. Aimed it. Stick this in a 2 versus 1. He's going to stick it against 1. Tries to find the second, but oh no, I'm out of here, says Saves. Na'Vi's round. Is coming in on side pipes. They've been able to adapt their push, and Blur is the other one to find success on the opposite side. Rask with a C4 gets the diffuser carry and makes things a little bit trickier, but with the bodies already taken care of, there's Rask pushing further and further and further. No! Kendra is the wall that he meets at the end of his favor. The typing on the buttons is frantic and worried, and the dance around the diffuser is the dangerous dance of all. They find themselves eaten up by Saves.
Really well played there by Saves, just holding steadily behind the box right here. He has a little angle. Let the enemy wait.
The church itself, make sure the flash doesn't get him, but it's going to be more and more that fall through, and there's the body too, and there's the worst time to pull it off, but the catch comes through. They did with an idea of where this push is coming from. The diffuser is back in the hands of the aggressors. They still have a man down. They still have a situation they need to break through, and now they have an OT to do it in.
Overtime is underway, and it is arrived. It has arrived, and we are going to be going there. The question now...
Seeing if he can get anything from the fray that's happening all around. Finally, somebody's in a situation where they can try and hold that F key, but not for much longer. Saves is Na'Vi's savior. And Joe, they're looking with the axe charge, but Rask is looking for an escape. Hits Oil Pit. Waits to see if he can catch anyone that gets close, but it's Milon that drops Kendra, I believe, from the door. Swung on, or maybe that was all the way outside.
But you're not going to be able to just run in when 2 of these players are inside the garage with other players playing out there. Basha getting another kill before Milon drops by the hands of Joe. But it's still one more there, actually, as Joe picks that
Saves, drops WTG. This is when Rask has to move to try and do some bits underneath, and Saves goes down. Shockwave finds one, but the diffuser goes cold. Joe on a triple kill has to win this 1 versus 1 to try and lock time. You assume he can. The second passes, swings one way, swings the wrong way. There it is!
Oh my god! I was so afraid. I was thinking, like, he's not going to find it. He doesn't find it. And then Joe misses the most important shot of them all. Doki just rage quits out of the server.
Someone that might be able to save him, but look at this Pasha, wasting no time. 30 seconds left, drops one, turns the other, and there is one more for the trouble. Hey, not quite finding the triple as he swings. It's Kendrew that locks it down, but now it's only control, and they've got themselves in to try and get the plant. There's the swing, there's the idea of a gun, there's the first, there's the diffuser, there's the miss! Virtus Pro!
They win it. And they take it. Shockwave just moving at the exact right moment. Look at that. At the day right here for VP. He is saving the fact that G2 is an unknown ground. And Clubhouse played twice, lost twice by G2. So BDS has that advantage right there.
A lot of that came down to the fact that there are just big choke points on the map. Cash on Tavar to the east, looking towards Cafeteria out towards the west. You have single doorways you've got to try and trying to find the shape right now. We're not quite sure how this meta plays to us. Is a little bit different, but here we go. A rush coming straight in. G2 just piling into sight right now. One's already dead, but you're coming up against the Brede, the one, the only. He finally goes down to Citizen, the British Bulldog, stepping into the bathroom as well. Looks like Alem's going to be able to stabilize things temporarily. It's Uno and Pengu, the last two left alive. The clutch master himself in Pengu finds one. Uno gets two, plays the wild card, takes the first round, and G2 with an explosive entry. Looks a bit wobbly a few seconds after, but still secure round number 1. Towards Daycare as Virtue steps in, pulls back immediately and tries to turn his attention elsewhere, but the longer angles are just being held by BDS. Virtue finds himself once again in a 1vx situation. BDS quite clinically closed that round out. Every single kill was either a 1-for-0 trade or was a 1-for-1 trade. Really well played.
As a result, now G2 numbers dwindling. This is the 3-man advantage I said the defenders needed. Make it a 4, and all of a sudden BDS looking dominant with a flawless round. Round number 5 goes into the hands of BDS. And this is more of the, you know, big powerhouses of EU that we are usually used to here.
As soon as he's let go of it, Alem is putting a few bullets into his skull. Down goes Uno, and like that, they're walking into the slaughter here, G2. It's the same once again. You've got Shaiiko holding the corridor. They've been absolutely shut out of this round, and despite Citizen getting a couple of kills, she looks like BDS is
have any control. I don't see a plant going off, and now there's still frost mats outside.
And they're still trying to have fights that anywhere to do with not being the site. However, BDS have found 2 of them. That puts Pengu all alone. They have someone jumping in from one side. Another sees him in the corridor. Pengu gets one down to Shaiiko. Another one goes into a frost mat. He's got to kill Brede. He's planted, brother. Just go for him. If you can see him, you can see his head over the top of the table. Just shoot him. Finally, Pengu gets the shot. A triple kill comes out, and that will be G2 taking the round. I think Pengu was uncertain there for a second if there was even one more left. But let it be known, frost mats, OP on this site. Let's go.
Oh, that's a miss and a half.
Nothing wrong with leaning on gun skill as long as you're hitting your shots, and that was one hell of a shot from Alem onto Uno, with Virtue holding close. So no C4 denial here potentially to come out of him. Oh, gets shut out before he can even at that exact moment. But him being caught out means no big denial coming through. G2 are down to 3 members, and here they go. Alem with a triple kill. Shaiiko put down. Kanto from top of red. Can they do enough here to get in and deny it? Though a 3 versus 2. Brede sticking the plan. 1 kill comes out, but they can't get the last. It's a 1v2 for Kanto. We've seen his slow recovery, but is it enough to win the round? No, it's not. As Renshiro at the top of Dragon, taking over from Alem, will pull this one all the way through into overtime. Let's see how it goes with 3 more rounds, Jess.
Use that as a bit of a vertical to shoot the feed and hopefully the head of people running in. What a read! Oh no!
Late. There's the first one from Pengu, starting off what happened in the last round, but 2 kills come flying through. Virtue has got to do it all by himself here if he wants to keep this one going. He finds one, picking off Renshiro from above, but he has got work to do. Can he see the man go for the plan? He sees the feet. He sprays. He puts it down. No way! He just won that. Virtue downing him at the last second wins it out. Unbelievable. With a few bullets to the toes can do. It can win you a whole map, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it, right? You want to see G2 a little bit out more as they normally would. As well, G2 was able to win the match.
This one could yet prove to be even crazier. We'll give it good time. Bans, of course, just finished. You've seen that go through with the Thatcher and the Kai.
Who's the difference maker here?
He can be as long as he goes for it, which is exactly what he's going to do. Steps up for one. There's someone on the stairs that looks to contest at the same time. Even with the shield play on the upstairs. It's a retake situation coming for G2. Got a lot of work to do, and those 2 kills might just be enough. They've still got control, or apparently not. They only had 2 remaining. A 4 versus 1. Make it a 3 with Pengu still here. The contest from Kanto as he swung his way up green. Does the work, even to get some bonus points to himself by rezzing up Pengu. G2 with an excellent retake there to hold series already. 3 now gathering out towards construction side. Shaiiko looking through Boiler, and they're just saying, we dare you to step forward. Please do try. And it's Rafal to collect both kills. BDS securing the 3rd round in a row.
Oh, that grenade could have gone very sour very quickly. Which, hey, I mean, they've proven they can do, but they've put themselves into a precarious situation now. And that's a precarious situation.
He's got to know he's in freezer. He's just seen the shots come from that direction. He must know that he's moved down and literally a few pixels away. He waits. The patience is there. Rafal goes for it, but Kanto does not miss those. Connects the shots. G2 taking round number 6 and ending the half at 3 apiece. I think BDS will be happy with how those last 3 rounds went. G2.
It's been shots, it's been explosions. And now with 30 seconds left, Pengu's life is burning away. That Vulcan shield will down him. It's all up to Bride. 1v1 against Uno. The better weapon is...
Oh, it's uncharacteristic of Bride to miss a shot like that. I think it hit the door frame. You can see his head. Didn't miss it like Pengu might have earlier on. And think C4 comes out. Don't have to pull the trigger. He's going to try and contest nice and close, but Bride is already backed away. He's a little bit too intuitive in these moments. Looking for the longer angle, but they've managed to find it. Virtue getting the 2 closing kills, and G2 seemingly pulling a win out of nowhere.
That was a bit of a lineup there. Look at that. Yep. This is an easy as day. You know it's a pinch push that you do every time you attack. And if you hit your shots, you're likely to win.
Oh my god. This is why we call it wonders from behind this double reinforced wall at the top side of Electric. Nearly manages to find himself a few extras to come in, but I think the side of Freezer, BDS have thwarted their onslaught. They have dealt with it well. That puts us at 1 apiece, and Coastline coming up next is going to be an absolute bloodbath.
Well, there you go.
That's what I kind of expected and hoped G2 would be like on theme, was that this is your first pick against your opponents out of the choice of any map.
Won't have the opportunity to prove me right or wrong, and we get to jump into the 3rd map here of our best of 5.
I think you're just asking. One of those was a Lem, where he has been taken out. Shaiiko brings down Kanto elsewhere, Uno elsewhere, so it'd be very strange if it worked out that way. And then 2 quick kills come flying out of nowhere for BDS. Kanto is left all by himself inside of Akari. Does find Shaiiko, but Renshiro is prepped from the top of Cool Vibes to bring him down with that longer angle at the same time.
Now, one thing I missed out on that round.
They must know that the diffuser is not in their possession right now. Instead, Virtuous Alem makes it a triple. It's not probably about the 10th time I've said it so far today. They try and get one from Courtyard, but BDS closed the round out. Even if, again, all it came down to them was for G2 to try and find those final 3 kills, as someone forgot the diffuser.
Has been that after the 1 minute 30 mark, the halfway mark of a round, if they haven't pushed above, then you're meant to go back to site. And speaking of site, they're in.
Oh. They are in the flash as well, trying to go for the little 180. The shields are all out, but Virtue, this time it's his turn to shine with the triple. He's sat behind the bar, I would expect. Over the top he goes, looks the wrong way. I swear you could have seen the flash of that uniform for a second. But Kanto more than happy to say, what the hell, free kill? I'll take it all day long. Here you might find yourself feeling quite lucky as Kanto comes for a challenge forward. Virtue's gone down. There's 2 remaining. He wins that one. 11 strikes big with his patience paying off. Pengu all by himself, shotgun in hand, downs Bride but can't hold on forever. As Alem goes in with a knife to the back and says BDS sends their regards. And down goes Pengu. Round number 7 being taken by the French side. Bursts his way in through service entrance, having a bit of a dance of death with Virtue right now, but Bride has got away with it. This is why, ladies and gents, so many teams hate defending this side. There is work now to be done. 30 seconds to play with. Up steps Pengu there, trying to go for the challenge, I think. Didn't finish off Bride, but Uno will step forward and achieve just that. Holding up through the top here as well, almost gets finished off. It's getting pretty dicey. 1 goes down. The defuse being stuck is Pengu, helping to contest this angle, but Rafal goes for the long shot. He jumps out. Surely he can't stop it. No, he cannot.
He's not going to rock the commando like a Lems does. He's got the Roni, and that's not going to promote enough bullets for this clutch.
Just waits for Shaiiko to come for the drop down, denies the quad away, but no doubt someone else coming down white is going to finish him off. It is Rafal. BDS taking round number 10. That puts them at match point and would, if they can win the next round, push them ahead in this best of timeline. It's the end of the world, ladies and gents. She used withstand. Drama alert. Either way, elsewhere, Virtue's gone down. Map number 3, sorry, going the way of BDS and taking us to 2-1. Unless Kanto, through all the concussion, could do anything. No, he cannot. Shaiiko's down, number 3, and he's not even in the right place to be able to contest anything here, it feels like. Out of the window, one comes, and he called it. That's the diffuser. Oh, they've caught him in a spot where if he can now hold near this, there's got to be a massive recovery effort or a push for the kill. Rafal chooses the latter, goes for the kill.
That your captain, IGL, shot caller, and top fragger for your team. Insane, man.
And the mirror will go out as well. You know, something I'm surprised and I don't want to
step down main stairs and get blown to smithereens as they walk through is unbelievable. But here comes the plan. Citizen on the north side is doing God's work with 2 kills coming out. Plan going down just inside and the defuse inside the next 10 to 15 seconds. Something tells me that one quite simply is not going to come to be. G2 are going to take round number 1 after coming back from a 4 versus 5 disadvantage.
That's a nice little quaddie there for Citizen. Missing out barely on that ace.
We're going to make this play work. He's now looking to get himself up the stairs. Renshiro hits the deck as his flash and his screen goes white. Must know that one's coming up the stairs, and right he would be. In come G2, steamrolling their way forwards. There's Brede left with a smoke. If he can get a smoke in a crucial spot here, this could be huge. But 3 men line up. It could have been the dream collateral for him, but it's not to be. G2 taking a flawless round.
Loving G2 on this map. Positions, they're on site, and there goes one now. It rains out. It doesn't do anything. All of a sudden, it's just going to have to go down to kills.
Oh, and Kanto lost out to Rafal. I just saw him crouch walking up through garage and thought, man, surely you get something here. But no, gets it completely shut out, and BDS finally will find the victory they have been looking for. The only downside to this round win is it means they now have to go back to Church and Arsenal or Cash and CCTV.
Enough time. They still have an echo, mind you. We haven't seen where those are. Shaiko goes down. Plant starts to go off an ash wall. Do they have something to deal with it? Yeah, they've got guns. And they've also got a yo-yo.
To defuse it, try and go for yet another plan. But guess what? Doesn't matter if it's invisible or not because they can interrupt you. Been a while since we've seen that one, BDS. But they bring it out when it counts.
New jammer will work. Last time, BDS, they didn't deal with this from below. But Citizen, they hyped him up.
1, 2. Yes, he gets them both. That's the kind of flank you're looking for. Bait them into trying to... But it's still for G2, I think, about the story. The kind of poor stage 2 after a really strong stage 1 that they're looking to deliver on. And none more so for players like Citizen. We're going into towards the back end of round 7, averaging nearly 2 kills a round. Shaiko has arrived to the party, mind you. He's arrived late, but he's bought his own drinks and his own bullets to bring down 1, bring down 2, shutting down Citizen. But can they do enough? Shaiko's got to do it all by himself. He knows where the last 2 are, but he's out of time. Pengu on the deck with a shotgun in hand, going to put left. It's all their options that they've got left of them. They're now dropped inside Moto. Now thinking about stepping in, but you've got the smoke waiting. Uno's trying to challenge inside of Blue, and Renshiro's managed to walk his way forward. He's trying to contest. I thought he got it down, but didn't quite. Gets finished off, and Rafal is all alone. Will find himself a second, but Pengu with the trusty old shotgun in close range brings him down and puts G2 up to match points.
I would lambs. Citizen, he'll get a freebie on this one as he looks down red and he can hear the screams of the Zofia and the bear trap, and all of a sudden, I think this match point might be done and dusted.
There's so much focus on shooting people that sometimes you don't look to the ground to see what you're about to walk into. They are in control here for G2 top here. Rafal left to go for a fight. It's a little bit messy. Him and Citizen can't hit each other for God's sake until he pulls out the pistol and connects it. G2 take Clubhouse, and guess what, Jess? G2 and BDS are going to map 5. Unbelievable.
Shows how quickly it can go, and it shows that if the attackers have that extra time, it will be used into picking apart these players of BDS that just...
Brede lets out a small cry.
Oh.
Out on towards Brede. Does more damage to Rafal of all people, but now the plant's coming in. Surely with all those C4s, boys, you find something. No one finds anything, and Alem's managed to collect. Pulled away an absolute steal here. Alem making sure that again that flank is still covered. Now down to a 3 versus 3. The defuse initially being stuck, but they are so mindful of what might be going on below them. What about potentially from above? It's Brede stuck up above. It's Alem finding the kill though again through this vertical hole. Can he find yet another as Kanto's in danger? He brings down Brede. 2 versus 2. The numbers are dwindling at an incredible rate on both sides. It's number 1 going to BDS, but my God, did it start with fireworks.
Jeez Louise. When I saw those...
Money steps in to go for the plant. No one's below with the C4. Shaiko's holding this one down. There shouldn't be any kind of denial, but there we go. Citizen finally is struck at a tomato from below. Now there's an evil eye also zapping him away. But what about that eye? A triple kill coming out for Citizen. The Echo still stands. There's no way he gets away with it. Just absolutely.
Oh, they're so close yet so far. Surely Alems knows this, and does the player on side? Yes, he does. The Vector, such a high fire rate, will just shred through anyone who comes close. Ventura's going to have to clutch this out. 10 seconds left. Very, very unlikely. The carbine hits his head, and there you go, G2, after that brilliant showing on Clubhouse, and probably why a lot of people...
To be fair, you had Uno still holding inside a bathroom, Citizen roaming around his kind of perimeter rooms, and then looking to step inside a piano and go for C4 plays, shots from below. Yeah. Uno almost going down. C4 at the window from Uno, who goes, why use bullets when an explosive charge will do? G2, 4-2 at the half.
Second defuse, post-plant positions, looking left, right, and center. He'll miss one outside the breach, but Pengu will get yet another of the round. And one of the biggest surprises outside of that quote-unquote rush, and the reason I'm saying quote-unquote...
Either way, connects onto absolutely no one. 4 versus 3 already inside 60 seconds. And there we go, another one coming out. Should clear out any gadgets that are down here in the general vicinity. It's even forcing Brady out towards the stairs. He finds a kill, or at least gets the down onto Uno, who used it as kind of bait to sneak his way.
Series point now. He's got, about 25 seconds to work with. With Virtue comes storming in, the perfect pinch elapses, and G2... I don't think I was going to say this in the first half of the series, but after the Clubhouse out on another player across the map, it's almost a vicious give and take that both of these teams, and that's what these maps have been. It was almost
so unfortunate as well. I mean, Shaiko's being completely pincered out there by 2-3 members of G2 with nothing to say back, and the Citizen tries to swing onto a Lem, lay down halfway up.
Ultimate victors and champs of EU, but BDS are hoping round after round they can do it. Numbers dwindling. I don't think so anymore.
Visa stairway looking through here to the rotation coming out of Brede. Not enough to be able to contest him. He finds one. Can he get the next? He's already gone at this point, I think. In fact, Pengu's outside. He's got the plan down. On the rappel. Sprayed out down to about a third of his HP. He's going to try and stick the defuse. Kanto comes up, hits him into the dirt. G2 are now the undisputed best team in Europe.
And as Goosebumps come running down
they had used everything in the early maps. They couldn't keep up with what G2 wanted to do, and G2 rode it all the way out till the end.
There's so many rounds there.
Kind of a champion. Let's go for it. Here it is, Mr. Muritz and Pengu. Congrats and welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Good. Everything is still kind of coming through emotionally speaking. We had some rough games today, but we also had some good ones. And in the end, we had more good than bad maps. So that means we won. That's good.
Now, between competing, streaming, and also becoming an actor now with G2, there's a lot on your plate and with everybody else on the team. Let's talk in generalities then about the pick ban phase for the maps themselves. You went for Theme Park first, expecting a weaker BDS maybe, but what you got was a very close OT with an 8-7. Maybe a few feet, a few inches there would have changed the world. What was the expectation for Theme Park?
Theme Park was one of the, so how we saw it was that if you face BDS in the best of 3, for example, you're gonna get the map that you want, but they're gonna be better on the 2 maps that they want, and they're gonna win. Right? That's typically how I would analyze it. We wanted Theme Park, and we were like, that's our map. If we don't win that, we probably don't deserve to win the grand finals. And it was really, really close. It came down to a 0.1 second, I believe, toe shot from up, up top from Jake, and it's beautiful. They gave us a lot more of a struggle than we thought they would. As far as we knew, they were very under-practiced on it and not very comfortable on it. But I will say that I think they had more energy initially, but we had more in the reserve for the long game.
Toe shot or not, we don't kink shame here, Pengu, that's for sure. Though a continuation in the series, you went to Oregon again, best of 5 series, you have to let go of some maps, as you're saying, goes to BDS. Now, Coastline was a surprise because this was supposed to be even closer. Maybe you guys would have an advantage on it, but then BDS had complete control on it, especially when it went to their attacking side. What was going on there?
Coastline was really hard. I think that we kind of tried to, like on Oregon, we played our game, and on Theme Park, we played our game, and it wasn't necessarily working out like great, seeing as how they went. So on Coastline, went for a more open-ended approach, where it's like, guys, let's see what we can do. Let's feel it out here. Play a little bit more loose. And I think it kind of showed from the gameplay, because there are some rounds that we won that are like ridiculous. Like we did a kitchen attack where like we're top floor, we're first floor, then we're top again, then we're down again, and then we're nading a guy inside. And then there are some rounds where it's super orchestrated and cohesive, and it's like, damn, that's clean. But overall, I think that they were really good at manipulating our openings, and they play the map a lot better than we do when it comes to rotating and map movement. And I think that they just had a better understanding of what they wanted to achieve, where we kind of thought, let's see what kind of comes out of this.
Now, I want to ask about your understanding of the operator bans once we go to Clubhouse, which is next, the fourth map in the series. You guys have been banning Ace and Maestro quite consistently over the tournament here.
No.
Can you kind of... No? Do the stats lie? Look, we know, Nicholas, that you have been saving strats for the past 2.5 years, and at some point in time, we're going to figure them out. Okay? So... let's just talk about it. They definitely did. 7-3 on Clubhouse. 4 rounds on the attacking side of the map. Unexpected. It's been a long time since we have seen changes like that. What was the game plan going into it? I
mean, I kind of wanted 5 attacks, so we kind of missed the mark there. But I think we've had a really shaky Clubhouse with this roster. I think if you track it back, stats don't lie, it's been really shaky. It's a map that we've continuously played, and continuously failed or fallen short on. And something has clicked the last couple of weeks, I would say, where we have found how to lead and play as a team on this particular map, where I think it's very, very clear that we're way more comfortable on it and how we play it. And that's something that we just liked before. And I think that it's still early days with this roster, and I think that we got a long way to go. And I think Oregon and Coastline, and even to a degree Theme Park, are signs of that. And then I think maps like Consulate, and the second to last map that I don't remember, I think they're showcasings of it. Yeah, exactly, Clubhouse, thank you. I think they are the showcasings of exactly how good we can be when we're playing at a highest level.
And you talk about that, was it Clubhouse more of a rally moment for the team, or is it something that was prepared before? Because I'm trying to figure out, do you think that it is G2 that outplayed BDS on Club? Was it BDS that kind of started to fall off and lose their momentum and energy as the series went on and on and on?
I do think it's a bit of both, but I think for us, Clubhouse was the momentum swinger. Like they got it on Oregon, they got it on Coast, and then we're kind of down, and then like we brought it right back up. We went into Clubhouse with a lot of confidence, and I think that's thanks to our previous Clubhouse against Virtus Pro that went really smooth. And we just kind of continue that success. And then I would say that the few openings they gave us, there's an example where we are roam clearing top floor in a basement bomb site attack, and it goes pretty smooth, nothing much happens. And then we actually figure out there's a mute hiding in strip, and the call is to instantly go for that guy and isolate him, and we just pinch him in 20 seconds. And I think when you punish those openings that they take, it's going to feel like they're more entrapped in their own game plan. Like, oh, guys, I got into strip. Hey, I'm going to hide here, right? Flank late game. It's a great idea. Instantly gets taken down. And it kind of shuts down the creativity, I think, and the opportunity taking from them. And I think that's exactly what they did to us on Coastline, where it felt like we're boxed in everywhere and we can't flank because there's a guy here and a guy there. I do think that they slowly lost their momentum, as you said, with their energy, because I do think they played a bit sloppy on Clubhouse. And I don't want to say they played sloppy on Consulate, but we did expect it to be a lot tighter on that map.
But that isolation game that you're talking about relies a lot on you able to drone out your opponents. Do you think that Uno has been fitting more into that role? Who's the player or the combination of players that have been really leading the charge on information game and translating it into a success?
It's something that kind of changed a lot, because this roster was made with the mind that we had 5 in-game leaders. Everyone is vocal. We tried that in the beginning, and it was the biggest clown fiesta I have ever witnessed as a player, because if 5 people are talking all the time, who's going to listen, right? And everyone's like, I got this idea, and then he's got that idea. So what we pretty much have done, and we have been doing for a while now, is that Uno and myself, we are the primary in-game leaders, similar to how, I guess, Fabio and I would do it back in the day, where we share certain responsibilities, where like I still call around the plant execute, and Uno is still a lot better than me at roam clearing, for example. And then, of course, we have with the new players, Jake and Ben are very, very vocal when it comes to ideas and creativity, and they're not hesitating to ask for resources, which is a big deal, I think. If you have a player who's very reserved, like, oh, I don't want to take up this drone because they can use it elsewhere, but at the same time, why does Ben go 17-3 on Clubhouse, right? Or 17-4 or whatever? It's because Ben is not afraid to say, guys, shoot this door. I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to take the fight because I'm better, right? And Ben will be like, hold this drone for me, Pengu. And I'll sit on this drone for 35 seconds straight. And the guy gets a kill. I'm like, you know what? I kind of participated in that kill, so I'm kind of happy now. Because this is also actually our first big tournament with me on hard support, where I'm strictly playing the hard bridging role, whereas before it was shared between, I think it was myself, Uno, and Jake. So it's more strict now with the roles. And I still want to say that I don't want to take anything away from BDS, because I actually think that they are the best team in Europe at the moment, despite not winning today. And I think we also need to look at it as, I think today we were the underdogs to a degree. And I think that BDS they have more to lose going into Invite than we do. And I don't want to say they saved strats or didn't play to their best, but I do think that they have a lot more up their sleeve and a lot more potential than they did today. And we've seen it in the past. So hats off to BDS, massive there. Like, they are probably the better team despite the outcome today.
Well, before we close things off on SI, it's very quickly like to talk about Consulate. There was a specific round, I think it was round 6 that we were showing only a bit ago on the analyst desk, where you guys had control of piano and you got nitros, you got people just shooting up into default plant. What was going on there? Because BDS didn't seem like they had map control and didn't really think about piano possibly dealing with them, I think.